Good afternoon, everybody. Parminder Singh with London Properties and another round of Faces and Places. And today I'm joined by Chief Joseph Gomez, the new police chief of Selma. Chief,
How you doing? Hello.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
We want to talk about, so this ties in real close to real estate as well. So we want to talk about how real estate is affected prices by homelessness, drug addicts, walking in the alleys. That's why we're in the alley. Just that somebody was arrested outside the front of this building today. So we're going to go over some of those things and feel free to comment. See how it goes. Chief, thanks. I appreciate your time. So to give us a little bit about yourself. You're new to the job here?
Yes, I'm new to the job in Selma. In March, I got hired as a police chief here in Selma. I've been at Fresno PD for 32 years. 32? Yes, and I'm retired.
Okay.
Came over here.
So you've been there, done that, seen a lot.
Seen a lot, yes.
Okay, so you bring. So how's that helping you transition big city into Selma?
And today we're going to talk about the homeless. And really in my career, I had dealt with the homeless a lot up to the last 2 years because I was assigned to a patrol district. Okay. And I dealt with it quite a bit. Okay. So I see it here in Selma, and we've addressed it quite a bit since March. Okay. I don't think anything near what I saw in Fresno, but it's something you have to stay on all the time and try and clean them.
So of course, real estate values, not just the community, the shopping area. We're behind one of the KFC shopping center here in the alleyway, where we've seen a lot of homeless people used to get together here.
Yes.
So how do you fight this problem?
Well, what we've been doing, and I'll just give you a little history. So since I've come here, we've had about 5 big encampments: Rockwell Pond, Floral 99, actually on CHP property, Raven Properties up north at Shaft and Dinuba, 41 in Highland, and we clean those up. But what happens is you disperse them throughout the city. Okay. So then you have smaller encampments on private property. And kind of like here, you have a group of 4 or 5 that are always here in the alley, so you have to continually address them. Okay. Lately, my direction has been for the officers to arrest them. Okay. And it has been effective, because if you don't, if you just advise them, they're constantly coming back and nothing gets done. Right. I mean, you have repeat calls for service. Sure. So my direction, but arrests aren't everything. You have to work closely with groups like MAP, Selma.
So tell us who these groups are. So we want to focus on helping these people too, but restoring a nicer, cleaner, safer environment for the general public as well.
Absolutely.
So what help is available for the homeless?
Selma helps the homeless. They administer a grant that helps the homeless. They provide food for needy families, and also now they're placing homeless at Super 8. Okay. So it's pretty much filled right now, and that's because of COVID and what's been happening with COVID. They've got extra funds. And then MAP is just down the street. They're a directory of services, and they help out. You can walk in there anytime. Okay. The issue, though, is that the homeless, they have to want help. There are quite a few out here that they like living this way, believe it or not.
No, I can get that. I mean, we'll have to ask for help, right?
Yes.
I mean, whether you want to succeed in business or as a student, sometimes you have to say that we gotta want that help.
That's right. That's right. The same with the homeless. Okay.
So tell me this, Chief. I used to do it a lot before. You see some homeless guy on the street. You want to give him some money, give him some food. And people do that a lot. Like the guy that just got arrested. There's a box of croissants out there and some food. Yes. Is the public helping the problem?
That is not a good strategy, because you're reinforcing them living on the street. Okay. Why are they going to try and change if you're providing them with money? And oftentimes that money is going towards alcohol and drugs for a lot of them. Yeah. Those on the street now, and I've discussed this in council, a lot of them that are at the Super 8 now, a lot of families, they're not involved in using drugs. Okay. There are some that have been, but oftentimes those that stay in the encampments and don't seek that help, they're using drugs. Not all of them, but oftentimes they are. It's methamphetamine, which I've seen here. Okay. So it's really hard to change that lifestyle. People can, and I of course want people to change. And I was talking to you earlier off camera about some success stories I drove by Super 8 2 days ago, and I spoke with the manager who runs the program for Selma, and two people that I've dealt with so many times on the street, arrested them. They were in the program there.
Wow.
It was really,
Okay.
I never thought they would go. It was shocking to me, and I just drove away. I was so happy that they're getting help.
Okay, so this new direction is helping.
It is,
And we're getting
absolutely
people,
is.
I mean, it's a process. There's years that they've been living on the streets to get them to rehabilitate themselves
Yes.
for their own
It's
benefit.
very hard. It's very hard to do.
Okay, so what can the public, this is the biggest thing. I mean, I've made calls, I sell real estate. Your guys came out to a couple streets over, and we had officers out because somebody had broken into one of the units that we're trying to sell. They come out, two ran, and one stayed, saying that he had papers to own the house. And so it's kind of, really tough in that situation. But you arrested him, and you arrested him again once in this building over here. What is the public's responsibility? Because they feel apathetic. I think a lot of people, I've talked to a lot of people, it's like,
I know.
man, nobody's doing anything about it.
Right.
Have you had, two questions. What's the responsibility of the public as well as business owners? And then how can we partner all together to make it better?
Well, what is happening now, just so everybody knows, and I'm talking commercial now, so I'm developing a sign, and it's similar to what City of Fresno had, a standard sign that would be posted, and you posted, and in the front too, which is great. And we'll have a letter on file commercially from the business owners, and that's why we arrested Henry out here. That's a misdemeanor. Usually we need the owner's authorization to make the arrest, but I already know that you've given me permission and a letter, and you posted. So those problem areas where the homeless are, we want to post. And I'm working on that now. But I know a lot of businesses have done so on their own already.
And you said something about a letter. So business owners, can homeowners do that too if they've got property?
They can. I do have a letter actually for a fourplex right down here.
Okay.
But really technically it's a commercial property, but they're having the same problem there. So they can. We'll address it too if it's on private property, residential.
So what do you want the public? We've got the signage. What do you want the public to do when they see a problem? Should they just say, "Hey, it's not my big deal"?
No. Please call us. And that's an issue in law enforcement. Sometimes community will come forward and they'll say, "Hey, we got this problem at a location," and it could be other than homeless, gangbangers, drugs being used. But when I look to see if any calls, there's no calls, so we can't really track it. So call the police, and and hopefully you're seeing that it's different now.
It is
that I'm
changing.
here. I want to address my officers if I'm trying to change. There's kind of a culture here of advising people like the homeless on issues when they're committing crimes. I don't want that anymore. They're going to be arrested.
They've been advised for many years.
Yes.
Nothing has changed.
No, nothing happens when you advise. So you got to take them into custody. If they're repeat offenders, I direct my officers, take them to county and book them at county. Make it uncomfortable for them so they don't want to come back to this alley.
Try and get them uncomfortable where they may want to make that change with the resources that we have.
Yes, like I was talking about earlier, the two that were in the program at Super 8, wow, it's shocking to me. I never thought they would be. I really never thought that. Oh yeah.
It's not just
that's a good feeling.
Let's get them to turn around.
And it's not, and you're right, it's not all about arresting, but we want to make things better for the community. We don't want them hanging out here. I've been inside this facility here that's in the process of renovation, and they're breaking in there constantly. They're defecating in there. I absolutely don't want that for the community. I want to change that.
So to the moms with little children that may shop in the shopping center behind us, I know if my little kid was walking around there, it's a few years ago, but if they were there, I'd feel uncomfortable because somebody's on meth or on drugs or they're alcoholics, and they're just walking around. I mean, how do we change that mindset?
We want the community to call in. We're going to address it whenever they're out here, and with time, it's going to dissipate. They're going to be gone. And we can. Selma's small enough where we can make change, so we can get those that are loitering out here, that are committing the crimes, the trespassing, and change that.
So there you go. There's a call to action right there for the public. New chief, new direction. We all have to work together, homeowners, business owners. Let's not be apathetic. Let's make it a team effort and help
Absolutely.
guys in blue do their jobs well. So, Chief, thank you so much.
You bet.
Appreciate it, and
You bet.
stay safe out there.
Okay, thank you.
God bless.